The Johnsky is a YouTube channel run by and run for people over the age of 13. People under the age of 13 should click off of this video right now, or watch with a parent or guardian. Viewer discretion is advised.
You don't scare me!
Multis freaking Tanae Militiamen. My name is King Prime. Welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at another brand new Jazzwares The World of Halo figure, that being the Jazzwares World of Halo ODST. Now, I have already reviewed the first figure that came in the Big Shot Battle Pack wave, that being Sergeant Johnson. This is the next figure, kind of sequentially, that I will be taking a look at, that being the ODST from what I believe would have originally been Halo 2. I know, obviously, in lore and stuff, there were ODSTs in Combat Evolved, and obviously they were huge in Halo 3. But in the original Wave 5 or Series 5 release of the World of Halo, I'm pretty sure that this was originally marketed as Halo 2 ODST. I'm just going to run with that. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever. Also, if you want to see what the packaging for this figure looks like, make sure you check out that Sergeant Johnson video where I go over it extensively. That being said, before we take a look at the ODST himself, let's take a look at what he comes with. This is, of course, just a BR-75 battle rifle. I'm sure Plasma Posting is very happy to see this. There are very subtle hints of the different kinds of plastic and paint that are on this rifle. You can barely make it out, but the grip, butt plate, the cheek rest, I believe the scope and the handguard are all a darker green plastic or gray-green plastic, as well as the flash hider, actually, while the body of it is a lighter, it's still dark gray, but it's a lighter shade of gray. So if you want to take a look at that, it's really hard to see, actually. Let me see if I can kill the light and show you. Yeah, no, you still can't even tell. Doesn't really matter. Is made of a much more sturdy plastic than Johnson's assault rifle, which is very nice to see, meaning, of course, even, of course it has the peg, so you can peg it into the ODST's back, but you can also have the weapon wielded in his hand, and you can put his hand on the handguard and have him hold the weapon properly, which is more than I can say for a couple of other figures. But those rants aside, let me take out the battle rifle from his hand, and let's take a look at the ODST. Of course, he does have that iconic Helljumpers helmet that we have come to know and love from the lore. It boasts a almost metallic, it passes for metallic, but it's really just a plain teal blue visor with like it looks like a wash over it to make it a little bit lighter, like a silver wash over it. It looks good, I'm not going to lie. I'm not knocking it at all. It's just a little bit strange. The rest of his armor is, of course, black with that nice blue-gray camouflage, or purple-gray, purple-blue camouflage for his undersuit. He does, of course, have some detailing on his chest piece. He has a UNSC EGA on his chest, as well as some symbols there that I actually can't make out. If you know what this is, let me know. That appears to be kanji, so maybe this ODST is from a Asian country. I'm not sure. If you know, leave it down below. Other than that, though, his flak vest is just kind of that plain gray and black plastic with a couple of different variations of the gray and the black. His shoulder pieces are white and black, which is interesting because it really stands out against the rest of the facade of this figure. His arms are, of course, done in that same camouflage pattern I mentioned earlier, with some little greebly details on there on either side. He has some armor on his waist, as well as the continuation of those BDUs down his pants. He has shin and leg armor that are fully black, not really painted at all. And that is about it for the detailing. As for the articulation, this figure's head is on a ball joint. However, the bigger attraction is the actual hinge in there that can make the ODST look all the way up and all the way down. Not really that far, but you get the point. He does have a full range of motion at the shoulder. However, because of his armor piece here, it kind of gets in the way, unfortunately. So you can get a full range of motion out there, or a full outstretched arm. You're just going to have to hold it or force it a little bit, because otherwise it might not go all the way. Of course, unhindered, can move all the way around as well as bend at the elbow, which, I mean, it's pitiful. It's Jazzwares. We know that they have awful articulation at the arms. He also has a wrist rotation and an in and out joint on his left hand. Same on his right. So, again, not ideal for gun-wielding characters. But I don't know what to do about that at this point. I don't think we're ever going to convince Jazzwares to fix that. He does have a diaphragm joint, so he can get some articulation here, and thankfully he does not pop apart, which is good. He has a little bit of rotation at the waist proper. I jinxed myself. He has, and mind the angle here, ball-jointed hips. However, because of the skirt armor pieces, it's kind of hard to get a full range of motion there for the ODST. However, you can get a nice thigh swivel like that. He does have a common Jazzwares double jointed knee bend, so he can almost kick his butt. I guess you can if you force it, but he can go all the way back with that. He has a down joint on his foot that far, up that far, and a pretty great ankle pivot. So overall, common Jazzwares articulation. It's just not as good as we'd seen in the past, but that is honestly, at this point, expected of Jazzwares. Before I rant about that for any longer, let's get some other figures in to compare this ODST to. Freeze frame.
Oh, not again! Oh, come on, you had to see that coming.
Freeze frame on freeze, and here is the ODST next to one of his ODST friends, the Rookie, who, I mean, is strangely like a lot bigger than the ODST. It's probably because I think that the legs are actually different. Well, of course, obviously the right leg is far more armored and has pouches on the side of it. But other than that, there's a lot more bulk on the Rookie in general. There's grenades and more grenades on either side of his waist armor, where there are none on the regular ODST release. Even the hands and the wrists of the ODST, as it would turn out, their hands are actually exactly the same. It's just that the paint is different. In fact, Rookie's hands are gloved hands with flesh painted over the fingers, which is very interesting. Are far different than the Rookie's. In fact, the Rookie has an even better range. Actually, well, I guess they're kind of similar ranges of articulation there at the elbow. As you can see, the forearm of the Rookie is more armored and has a different kind of greebly on it, probably communication device, I'm not sure, than the regular Halo 2 ODST. Of course, continuing the differences, Rookie and the ODST are also completely different when it comes to their equipment. Rookie has a backpack, the ODST doesn't. And this is actually where you can really tell the difference between their legs. There's a lot of difference there. Rookie is absolutely huge compared to this guy. Just, continuing the trend of Rookie being fucking awesome, but I digress. And here is the ODST next to our previous World of Halo review and his six-pack mate, Sergeant Johnson. As you can see, that's how they compare. It's really strange to me that Rookie is that big. It's kind of funny to see the size difference between Rookie and Johnson. But that's it for the size comparison. Let's move on to my final thoughts so I can tell you exactly what I think about this figure. Freeze frame. Freeze from unfreeze. So overall, this figure is far more enjoyable than Johnson. There's a lot less wrong with it that I can pick out, that I can nitpick about, that I just, can't look past, like the QC issues and stuff like that for Johnson. This figure feels a lot more sturdy, a lot better made than how Johnson felt, and therefore I am far happier with it than anything else. It's another UNSC Army builder, which of course we have a million of in this line, but it's one that is highly requested. It's just a shame that finding this thing on individual card back was impossible during Wave 5, and so now to have it during the Big Shot Battle Pack is very, very nice, and I'm very happy to have it. That being said, though, it is important to take note that anybody trying to army build ODSTs are going to have a very bad time, considering getting these is literally only viable through getting the battle pack, of which there is only one included. This thing could have used a little bit more paint, and maybe, I always complained about the articulation for Jazzwares figures, but overall this thing really is not bad. It doesn't have any of those egregious articulation mistakes or QC mistakes it doesn't have, so therefore I like this thing a lot more. But if you like the ODSTs, you like Halo 3 ODST, Halo 2, Halo Combat Evolved, Halo in general, make sure you share this video with your friends, share it with Facebook groups, all that good stuff. If you like the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Keep helping me pump out this content, keeps helping the channel grow. That's going to be pretty much it for this time, my friends. Thank you all so very much for watching, and as always, peace.